Bandwidth for this webcast is brought to you by SceneWorks at sceneworksinc.com. Hey, welcome to another exciting and informative episode of Ask an Expert here at Amusement Expo. Thanks for stopping by. On today's show, we've got buying from China, indoor playgrounds, and blacklight miniature golf. But before we get to that, just a gentle reminder of how it works here. This show only works with you. So if you notice below me here, there's a couple of buttons, a green feedback and an orange ask a question. If you've got some comments on the show or what you'd like to hear or see us do, feel free to feedback. And if you have a question, hit the ask a question button. It'll open up your mail client and then you can pop us an email. We'll get it and we'll get you too on the show. Before we get going then, the rest of the show, we'd like to take a quick shout out to this show's sponsor, SceneWorks Inc., purveyors of theme construction. And if you haven't seen these guys, you got to stop by their website. They do amazing themed facades, miniature golf courses, pirate ships, set design, all kinds of really cool, old school, hard kind of construction with some new techniques. So give them a check out on the web there at sceneworksinc.com. Okay, so on with this week's show. I just love that little medley. First question, Maria from Wisconsin writes, thank you for your time. We enjoy the show and are very excited to have found your website. Well, thanks, Maria. A question for you. We noticed there are many Chinese companies offering the same inflatable playgrounds at far better prices. I know labor is cheaper in China, but can you tell me if the products themselves are any good and what the shipping costs would be? That's a great question, and obviously I think everybody's aware we're getting a lot of Chinese manufacturer presence and suppliers of late. So on the phone with us is Lisa Gare with Buyabounce, who's got an answer for you. Lisa?
That is an extremely good question. It's a popular and common question. There are three issues that a U.S. consumer, especially commercial consumer of inflatables, needs to be concerned with. ASTM standards, warranty, and insurance. In short, there are three groups of inflatable manufacturers providers: China-made, China-owned, China and U.S.-made, but the business is, or the company is U.S.-owned, and U.S.-made, U.S.-owned manufacturers. In the first group, China-made, China-owned, they are not likely to be up to par with the ASTM standards. Warranty work, when I did discuss with a Chinese company what the warranty situation would be, there is no warranty. They send you a repair kit, so there's no ability to fulfill warranty. And ensuring that particular inflatable, because of their lack of attention to the ASTM standards and other regulations, it would not likely to have as good insurance rates, if at all. You do have several manufacturers that are U.S. manufacturers that started out manufacturing here in the U.S., moved their facilities and made additional manufacturing facilities in China because it is cheaper. These are U.S.-owned but China-based manufacturing solutions. So they are paying attention to ASTM standards, they are able to fulfill warranty, and they are able to be insured more easily. And then, of course, the third group is the U.S.-made and U.S.-owned companies. And, of course, they're going to be at a higher cost, these particular units, just because they are using U.S. labor and paying the cost for the U.S.-produced materials. So you need to ask yourself those questions. You really want to be sure that you have ASTM standards are being followed, that warranties are going to be able to be fulfilled, and you're going to be able to get insurance on that particular unit.
Hey, great answer. That's why we call them the experts here on the Ask an Expert webcast. And again, that was Lisa Gare with Buyabounce. Thanks for your time, Lisa. Next up is a question from Shauna in Florida in regards to indoor playgrounds. We're looking to add an indoor playground for approximately 150 kids. My main concern is traffic control and visibility with regards to safety. How do you make sure the older kids are not trampling the younger ones, and that parents can easily find their kids in such a big playground with all those tubes and slides? Well, Shauna, that's a great question. And with us on the phone is Dave Wilson from All Kids Play, who's got some feedback for you. Dave?
What I would recommend is the following. What we normally try to do at All Kids Play is recommend that every client keeps at least one monitor within the play unit to supervise the activity and watch any roughhousing. This does not necessarily have to be done on very slow days, but at the very least on your weekends, we highly recommend that. We normally recommend staging them on the second or third level. Play unit that holds 150 children should probably be a 3 or 4 level play unit when it's done. Our design criteria at All Kids Play is we believe in a lot of visibility. We have parent walk-under areas we normally design that are about 8 feet wide, and the parents are able to go under the unit and follow their kids around. We also try to design play units that have strong visibility, with a lot of our plastic located at the outer areas of the play unit so that we look through netting. We use a lot of webbing to try to also keep visibility. When we do a walk-under area, many times we'll leave parts of the second and third level open so that parents can see through up to the third and fourth level. One of the other ways that we recommend to really control traffic and travel, and we've done it, is to either have a counter build out front with 8 foot to 12 foot wide opening in the middle, or enclose the outer part of the play unit in a 4 foot high fence made of the same play unit material. That controls the entering and the exiting of the kids into the play unit.
Well, there you go, Shauna. That is some very good points. And again, that's Dave Wilson with All Kids Play. Thanks for your time, Dave. Next up today is a question regarding miniature golf, and Jim from Tennessee writes, what are the advantages or disadvantages of indoor miniature golf versus traditional outdoor mini golf? And we've seen and heard a lot about blacklight mini golf lately. Is this an attraction worth looking at? Well, Jim, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. And we've got Gio Calabrese with Custom Creations on the phone, who has some feedback for you. Gio?
Basically, the advantages of an indoor to an outdoor, number one is you're protected from any inclement weather. So you'll have a not 24/7, but you'll have a 12-month active experience for your clientele, as opposed to outdoor, you're only open to sunny days. Your revenue potential on having an indoor mini golf there is up, because again, you're going to have 12 months out of the year as opposed to 4 or 5 very good months. Another plus that you'll have with building a blacklight miniature golf course is that with the glowing light, you're able to create more of a pop in color and attraction as you would contrary to a regular outdoor mini golf. With this blacklight, you can add to creativity. You have more of a control with some bells and whistles if you wanted to go to that level, and by that I meant sound effects if you wanted to have sound effects, or controlled bells and whistles again could involve air effects as you maybe pass by a prop. Some air might shoot out from behind a wall and tickle the back of one of your players, their hair, so create a scare effect. There's a lot of bells and whistles that you can put into that, but the main thing with the comparison is that, again, you're able to create a higher revenue, a quicker return on investment with an indoor golf course as opposed to outdoor golf course.
Well, okay, there we go. Some feedback in reference to indoor, outdoor, and blacklight miniature golf. Gio Calabrese with Custom Creations. Thanks for your time, Gio. So that just about wraps it up here on today's show. For all of the guest experts on today's show, there's links to the bottom, at the bottom of the video here with their website and their company's name. Feel free to stop by and see some of the other great work those folks do. And above that, there's the 3 buttons here. Just a reminder, ask a question. If you want to get your question been answered on the show, click on that button. If you've got some feedback for us on how we can make the show better or something different you'd like to see. And then also our sponsor for this week's show, SceneWorks Inc. If you click the blue button, that'll go directly to their page. So all in all, a great show, and thanks for being around and for watching. Until next time, thanks.